Now time for News Extra, and with our program, here is Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about a meeting over at the Gering Library today, a very important meeting tonight, 7 o'clock, where we're going to talk about maybe the future of the library and what people want with that library. Dennis Humphries is here from Humphries Poli Architects in Colorado. Megan Heyward is here as well from she's the local architect, and Diane Downer, the Gering Librarian. So we'll start with Diane real quick. Tell us about this meeting tonight. 7 o'clock, right?
7 o'clock tonight at the library. We want to encourage people to come to the library, give us their ideas and what they would like to see in a library.
All right.
Community.
And you'll have cookies, refreshments,
we will
all
have
that
refreshments.
stuff?
Yes, we will.
All right, and this is all part of the kind of as we look at what we want to do in the future with this library, right?
Correct. Yes. We'd like to see if there's some changes they would like to see in this library.
All right. And then Mr. Humphries here, Dennis Humphries from Humphries Poli Architects. You guys have done libraries all around the Rocky Mountain West, right?
We have. We've done a total of almost 80-some libraries.
Wow, 80-some libraries all over.
Yes.
From Colorado, Wyoming.
Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Nebraska.
All right, so you've gone through the process. And this process tonight, very important, right?
Yeah, this is really what I like to call the most important meeting of all meetings for the library. I call it mind-breaking. A lot of people think of groundbreaking as the most important part of a building, but this is mind-breaking, where we want people to think about new ideas that they might not have thought about in the library. So we want to take the blinders off. We want everybody to come and see what's happening in the world of libraries around the world. And maybe some of those ideas might catch on here in Gering.
Yeah, think out of the box a little bit, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Now, you're going to show also some images of what other libraries are like, some of the ones that you guys have done, so people kind of get an idea of what can be accomplished, right?
Yeah, it's really a very exciting process, because we show ideas to people, and they may see something and they say, well, in Gering we do it a little differently. And so then we interpret that idea and we bring it back. So one of the important things we like to think about in our public libraries is not just in the community, but it's of the community. So it's really reflective of the group of people that are here in this community.
Yeah. And libraries are more now than just books, right?
Oh my gosh, everybody thinks that it was just the computer that changed the library. But there are so many more programs that go on. And we're working on a library in Montana, as an example, where they want to focus on what they call the lost arts. So people can come to the library and learn about candle making, soap making, working in leather, and those kind of things. Can you imagine doing that in the library? But that's what that community wanted. And so we try and tailor everything so that it's unique to that region and to that group of people.
Yeah. So, and we can maybe do that here, because I'm sure what people want to hear is different than what people wanted in that community, right?
Exactly. And I say we've done 80 libraries, but there are no two that are very similar.
Yeah. So this should be an excellent meeting and a chance for you to kind of explain what you want in the library. And this doesn't necessarily mean we're going to build a new library. Maybe the best thing is to renovate the existing one, right?
Yeah, our first objective here is to find out what the needs are and whether it can fit within the existing building, or whether it needs to be modified and expanded, or exactly what we can do. I mean, when this library was built, there have been some very significant changes in the world, and we need to make sure that we can update that building to accommodate those changes. So we'll look at all options.
All right, very good. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
At McDonald's, when the sun rises, we bring our A game, as in fresh cracked grade A eggs on our freshly prepared sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich. And we don't stop there. We keep things flowing so you can get going with a hot and bold McCafe coffee. Because when the sun rises, McDonald's shines. And you get the breakfast you deserve, one that's freshly made and made right.
Back on News Extra, we're talking about libraries today. A big meeting is 7 o'clock tonight over at the Gering Public Library. everyone is invited to attend. And what the architects here and Diane Downer, the librarian, wants you to tell them is what you want to see in a Gering library, what you would like to see if it was expanded at the current site or if there was a new one built. And we have, like I said, Diane Downer here, the librarian, along with architects Dennis Humphries from Humphries Poli Architects in Colorado and local architect Megan Heyward, who we're going to talk to a little bit. Now, the idea here is to, again, find out what people want with the Gering Library. We have a new one already built in Scottsbluff. So generally speaking, you wouldn't want to necessarily be redundant on what's already there, right?
Correct. And going back to what Dennis said about making it unique to this community, to the community of Gering, we want to complement what's already there at Scottsbluff. We don't want to duplicate services that don't need to be duplicated. So we just want to be lifting up the communities and give them the best we can. So.
All right. Now, this is one meeting, and then you guys also, like Dennis said, maybe the most important because you want comments from not only just people that regularly visit the library, but young people as well, the older seniors, everybody, right?
Yeah, we want everybody to come. So if you're not using the library and there's a reason why, come. Let us know why. And if you're using the library a lot and you have some suggestions, let us hear them. We are here to be a sponge today. We want to just absorb as much as we can, and then we'll take that information and we'll boil it down to what it actually comes down to, and then we'll come back and meet for 2 other meetings after this one, and we'll publish those dates in the future.
Yeah. You guys are going to talk to students and seniors and other people through those other meetings, right?
Correct. We have additional meetings throughout today and a couple tomorrow, so we'll talk with the staff about how the library is functioning. We'll talk about with some mom groups that are using the library for their kids, and then we have some after-school kids. We have the board we'll speak to, so we have a whole bunch of meetings throughout the next 2 days.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Diane, this has been going on for a long time. You're probably thrilled to actually see some action being taken here, right?
Yes, it's fun to see that moving forward and getting the communities to input. We're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's been going on for 7 to 9 years here so far, and
correct.
Kind of need to get it off dead center, right?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. All right, Dennis, let me have you jump in there real quick. All right, when we talk about all this and go through all these meetings and you've built all these libraries, how long does it generally take before we do the fundraising or we do the construction and we get everything all taken care of?
Well, it varies from community to community, but it's not going to happen overnight.
Yep, it didn't happen overnight in Scottsbluff.
Right, and but generally, a process like this takes a couple of years, and it's going to grow momentum. And it takes the local support, and we'll see whether it's here for the library. We're hoping it is. Every community we go into, the library gets tremendous support. It's one of the most important buildings in any community, and so we're looking forward to it, and we will push it along as best we can. But it's the community's decision as to how fast it will go.
All right, very good. Once again, 7 o'clock tonight over at the Gering Public Library. Very important meeting. They just want to get your ideas on what the Gering Library should look like in the future. So take some time out. I know it's hard to get up off the couch, especially in the wintertime when it's cold and you're warm inside. But see if you can do that tonight, 7 o'clock over at the Gering Public Library. Thanks, you guys, for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Trusted voice for sports, KNEB, Scottsbluff, Gering, 960 AM, and now on 100.3 FM.